And he never let up.
And now Marcus Mariota gives way to Bryan Bennett, who receives a very nice ovation from the crowd. Bennett slings his first pass incomplete. And the reason why the crowd is so supportive of Bennett is
You want him to go in there, and you want him to fight for the job.
3rd and 5 now. Bennett. Does he tuck it and run it himself? He does, and he comes up about 1.5 yards short of the line.
Look, you are one injury away from leading this team. We need you on the sidelines. We need your leadership, and really convinced him that this was a place for him to stay. Onto this field, Mariota was behind them. It was Bennett who took on that leadership role. He's been very supportive on the sidelines, supporting his teammate.
And gets it complete to 2.
And they're good friends. They came in together, and they're pretty tight.
That looked like it was almost a lateral as Bennett tried to get a little safety and emphasis. And you got to sit out a play if your helmet comes off now in college football. Bryan Bennett, he's got wheels, and he has a first down. Year when Darren Thomas went down with injury.
He got flushed out of the pocket and then just kept his eyes up, took what was there.
The offensive wizard, Chip Kelly, likes having fun with it. Bennett. Intercepted. As it was tipped up in the air.
Through his hands. This ball's a pretty good throw. Off the play action, and the ball's out where it has to be, and that goes right through his hands.
B.J. Kelly couldn't secure it. Came back to the ball and deflected, and Chaz Scales came up with a pickoff. Job back.
That would have been a heck of a battle, but I got to tell you, this Mariota kid is so impressive. I mean,
with Arizona State. Here's play action now for Bennett down the middle of the field, and he underthrew the intended target.
He had a chance at it. Decent protection. Now he's going to get some pressure right at the end. Stands in there, takes the hit. Now watch him come back to the ball. That's the defender did a nice job there.
Guy who had such success in the SEC as a coordinator with Urban Meyer. And Bennett able to get this complete past midfield to Eric Dungy.
No players. And LaMichael played with him a year ago.
That ball was almost intercepted as 3rd and 20 after the penalty. And quickly getting it out to Addison, and Addison loses the ball as he scoots.
He's just figuring this stuff out. He's an athletic kid, man.
Look at Bryan Bennett work his way. Let me ask you this about Kyle Long, because he's
got nice length. At 6'7", he's a smart kid. He's just figuring the game out.
There's a completion that time to Rasan Vaughn. Bryan Bennett slings it cross field, and that is incomplete. It rolls over Michigan.
And what we talked about before about the SEC and the defense, yeah, they showed itself this afternoon.
I covered the Hartford Whalers.
I saw the Burger King.
Yeah, that's the way your mind works. Please. Bennett with a lot of time, and then he tucks it and just gains a couple of yards. So we're sitting there with Chip.
Navarone didn't make it.
No. 3rd and 10 now for Bryan Bennett. Gets out of the way of the rush and then quickly slings it. And this will go for a first down to Ben. He has had conference losses. He's been to 3. He's only had 2 on the other side. That's a touchdown for the Ducks. A guy like this, Bryan Bennett, didn't get the starting job, but ultra talented.
That's bad. That's a kiss of death.
Well, Matt Barkley's the guy with all the pressure. It's Barkley's Heisman to lose, and obviously he got off to a good start today. Here's your 2nd and 8 here, as Bryan Bennett's been getting a lot of good time here in the second half, and he gets this complete to Dwayne Stafford.
Now look at this. Bryan Bennett is in at quarterback, but Mariota is still in the backfield. Bennett fakes it to Mariota, and Bryan takes a big hit as he gets down close. Bennett, there was a miscommunication, and Bennett now flips it out in the waning moments, and it's a touchdown for the Ducks to Mariota.
Just want to stick with the continuity of their five up front. They don't want to rotate.
Bennett firing it well out of bounds. He's looking for...
Yeah, they could lose 4 out of 5, but if they win, 3 or 4 of those, obviously I think it'd be a huge win and a huge step in the right direction. When you do win...
Difficult for young people to approach every game the same way, is it not?
100%.
Bryan Bennett's loose, picking up another first down.
18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old kids naturally peek ahead at the schedules. Chip Kelly, because every time you talk to him, he's a why guy. Like, he wants to know, you tell him he can't do something, well, why can't we do it? Like, you tell me I can't do this, why? And he's...
That was almost the rarest sight. Oregon getting a delayed game penalty, and Bennett is sacked by Brandon McGee. Varner is back. Bryan Bennett taking a shot deep down the field. He misses Josh Huff, 3rd and 9.
I think anybody looks across the country, though, at Notre Dame's schedule and says they should have a chance to be there?
I think it's a fair argument, David, because before the season...
And we talk about the tempo on offense for Oregon.
Bennett firing it down the middle, incomplete. He's trying to get it to Pharaoh Brown. The quarterback, he's played the second half after Marcus Mariota and friends put 43 on the board in the first half. Bennett with a long pitch out. That was Dwayne Stanford. Continues. He is your points leader. Bennett buying a little time, firing it, looking for Blake Stanton. Not just interested in the starters and the result of the game. As Bennett fired and it's intercepted. Anthony Jones has a chance to put it in the house, and he does for the Sun Devils. A little something to cheer about for facing different types of defenses, and that's why their offense doesn't look as good.
I just think Oregon is a more balanced team, top to bottom, against TCU. I mean, they got to get better.
So how about we start talking about Texas's defense? And one of their second best players is
in the state of Oregon. You consider Scott Crichton and Wynn down there at Corvallis playing for Mike Riley's Oregon State Beavers. Is that going to be
perfection? Mike Riley running the same system now for 9 years at Oregon State.
Bryan Bennett, guys known for wheels, quarterback keeper running.
And right into his helmet.
17-yard pickup. Here's Bennett. Left side, and a good tackle applied. They're in to help out. 3rd down and 6, 24 seconds left in the half, and Bennett
is there from the first snap to the last snap.
Bryan Bennett on a 3rd and 12. Pass near side. Method Marshall down to the 35-yard line, and boy, did he get a lick.
Actually was against Colorado last season, threw for 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions as the starting quarterback last season in relief duty.
Pass sheet there. What's that all about? There's got to be some significance to that, Adam.
A little luck never hurt anybody.
Bennett again on the carry. He was stood up. Bennett back to throw, floats one man wide open and tripped up just shy up top.
No, they're so good at the play action pass. B.J. Kelly lines up on the left side, tight to the formation, and then sprints across the field. And you've
Ducks on the road next week to take on USC to meet the Trojans. Bennett fakes the handoff and everybody bit. And he just had to decide what angle he was.
Get turnovers. There's a great example.
Oregon coming in #1 in the conference and takeaways at 108. 3rd best in the nation.
Think that in this day and age of scoring points that we'd see more modern teams on that list.
Bennett on a keeper, works the edge, and a good open field tackle.
Get crackback block on number 13, Parker Orms. And I couldn't see the wide receiver who that was. It might have been Eric Dungy.
Yeah.
Number 19.
Wheat Ridge, Colorado goes off for an evaluation on the bench. Bennett a keeper, good stiff arm, but trying to make that hard cut. Slips on the state line. Really interesting sophomore, 6'5", 246, who actually has 4 touchdowns through the air this year. Bennett takes the handoff. Bennett untouched. Bennett end zone. Touchdown. Ducks.